Hey, what's up, people? I'm back, Pierre, aka Nina Bonina Brown. Welcome back to Pierre Plays, or whatever channel you're watching me on. And this is gonna be a quick video. I just want to speak about a little bit of my experience with playing Resident Evil Village, but the main thing, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I believe Lady Dimitrescu, if I'm saying that wrong, sue me. In fact, I'm probably gonna say a couple of these names wrong. Was overhyped.
Oh my god! Stupid man thing.
I know, I said it. I know all the thirsty Bigfoot vampire craving men out there are gonna like lose their shit, but I'm sorry. She was okay. She's not the best part of Resident Evil Village. These are my opinions, but facts. First off, Resident Evil Village is a great game.
Can someone please tell me what the hell is going on here?
No. The place is full of nothing but blood and death.
It is. I'm having a hard time deciding whether I like it better than 7. The reason why I liked 7, because 7 was also something that took a while to get used to because it was such a departure from the other Resident Evils. But I liked 7 because it was that true horror that we love from Resident Evil. Just the fact, and plus it was a simple game in a way, because you were just focused on mainly one area, which was the house, the Baker house, and this one family. And the family was so well done that you actually felt like you knew them. And when it came time to like boss fight them, it really felt like a boss fight. Like you could feel each person's individually personality. Like you really could. And that's why I love 7. 8, or Resident Evil Village, whatever you want to call it, it had some horror moments, but it was more so a little bit action-based, you know, which is fine. But the horror moments were just things that maybe accidentally happened. Maybe you open a door, oh, there was a lichen. A lichen is in the hayfield. Oh, shit, I didn't see you. Like, those kind of little jump scares like that. Lady D, you finally get to the castle. Now, mind you, I could have just spoiled myself because of playing all the demos, which the game is beautiful. The castle is beautiful. All that is beautiful. But she wasn't that scary. She wasn't. Like, yes, I don't want her near me. Stay away with those long ass nails. Stay away. It's like, don't come close to me. Like, yeah, like when you open a door, she's right there. Oh yeah, like you're gonna jump back some.
So we finally
But she was also maybe a little slow. Like you could just easily just get around from her. The daughters maybe were a little more scarier, but even them, boss fighting them was so easy that when I first killed one of the daughters, I was like, that's it? God, oh, I had to go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, did she actually die? But I hope she didn't die that easy. Look, that was easy. Oh, that's it? Oh, well. Cool, that was easy. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I find Mr. X scarier than Lady D. Like, she's marvelous to look at. Like, looking at her is cool. You're like, oh my God, y'all did such a good job. Wow, like, or if you're one of those straight guys, you're like, damn, man, look at that ass. Ooh, you know, but either way, I'm just admiring her for being who she is, because I don't want to take away the fact that she's a female, that makes her less of a villain. You know, I feel like a lot of people take away from the fact that she is something of a threat because they are so amused by her demeanor and her stature and how she looks. It's like, let's not take away that she is somebody to be threatened by. But she didn't have nothing on Mr. X. Like Mr. X, his footsteps alone and the fact that he said nothing during Resident Evil 2 was scary. That I hated that damn police station. I hated it. And she has her footsteps. You could hear the footsteps going on.
The entire bloodline of House Dimitrescu is done in by the likes of you.
But then when you see her, you're kind of like, I'm scared, but I can't stop looking at you. But don't come near me. I can't explain it. The castle was great. All that was great. But before I get to the true star of this video, let me go ahead and go through the other villains really quick, the other lords. Then we have Salvador Moray, the fisherman from the village who basically got turned into the most grossest, grotesque thing out there, this fishy half-man kind of situation going on. That definitely was not my favorite part of the game. That's when we kind of got a little more action and stuff. In fact, that boss fight, honestly, let me go back to Lady D real quick. When she transformed to her final form, cool design. Wasn't expecting it. Cool design. But God, wasn't she irritating? It's bad enough she yaps her mouth all the time in the castle. But when you finally get to that final form of her and she's yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping, you're like, shut the hell up. I'm gonna kill myself. Like, she just keeps yapping. I'm gonna eat you. Like, okay, like that whole boss fight just take a long time to do because she doesn't stand still, so it's kind of irritating. Anyway, on to Salvador. It was cool going through this like kind of laked out area and running over all these pallets in the river and trying not to be caught by him and this big ass fish trying to jump and eat you. All that is cool. And then when you get to his final form, he can turn to a frog, it looks like, and he's still a fish, and all that was cool. He could rain down acid and all that. It was cool, but it was okay. It wasn't the best. Da-da-da. Now, I'm going to skip this person because she's my best person and go on to Karl Heisenberg. I really didn't want to fight him because I feel like Karl Heisenberg had some good in him, even though he called my daughter a bastard, Rose. But I feel like he had some good in him. And so I really was like, dang, maybe we should work together and put it into this, right? Maybe we should. He was cool though. He was very like Magneto from X-Men. He could move around metals and objects and like make a big ass transformer and all that. So his final form, and even getting, see, this is also where the game got more action as well, being in the factory, or as Simone says, the factory. You are going through this factory and dealing with these like Terminator-esque zombies where you gotta shoot out their red lasers and all that stuff, and they're cool. I actually wish that more of them could have been out throughout the game. They were cool. But his final form, where we had to fight him in some kind of tank, I thought it was gonna be really hard, but surprisingly, it wasn't that hard, but it was cool. It probably was the coolest fight of everybody. It probably was the coolest fight, being able to like shoot him down and he's as big as God knows what. But a lot of these fights would have worked better in third person, because in first person, a lot of the time in these fights, you have to kind of turn yourself around and then you lose focus of where they are because of the first person view. But it was cool. Then we got Mother Miranda. Okay, let me just say, I was hoping for a longer stage before we got to her as far as her part. But getting right to Mother Miranda, another boss fight that was long. And I will say, I can see why she was the final boss fight, because she did a lot of transformations and it was a long fight.
You fulfilled your purpose, Mr. Winters.
She was cool to look at though. Like her design. Like I'm already intrigued with like angels and higher archangels that have like the 6 wings and all these different things, the sepirums, I think they're called sepirums. So that was cool. But when she had like the long kind of arms and fingers and all that stuff, cool design, great design, kind of creepy. But on to the star of Resident Evil Village. I'm calling it now, I don't care what y'all say. The star of this specific game is gonna go to Donna Benedetto. I'm probably saying that wrong, sue me. I'm sure a lot of people can relate and agree with this, that the house of Benedetto, that was probably the best part in Village. That was horror to its finest. Honestly, that whole section gave me Silent Hill. Such an underrated person because Lady D took all the hype, she took all the celebrity, everybody was just praising this one thing. And I'm kind of glad that Capcom didn't really show us the other bosses like that because we were all surprised. I think they just went ahead and went along with the hype of her and how everybody was thirsting after her. But Donna and Angie, because I'm already a big fanatic of killer dolls and anything Chucky, Dolly Dearest, the Doll movie, Puppet Master, all these things, that I so appreciated this. The psychological atmosphere of it, the fact that he thought this big ass baby was real, and I did too. That baby was horrifying. Like, thinking about it now, I got chills. Like, that was... I'm mad that this time around they didn't have it ready for the PSVR, because I would have played it in VR like a fool. And I still may when they do it. But she did not have much of a story. She deserved so much better. All we know is that she was like this girl that had a scar on her face and she was insecure about the scar, sorry. Her mom and dad died a long time ago, so she kind of secluded herself into this house and just kind of relied on her dolls and started talking to the dolls more, and especially Angie the doll, and the doll started becoming more lively, and that Donna was planting these flowers after she kind of got encounter with Miranda and got her powers to make people hallucinate and see things. So that's how that's how Ethan was able to see that baby, because of hallucinations. But just that she was this sad individual that got taken advantage of, and I wanted to see more of that story. Like, I hope that if this game makes DLC like Resident Evil 7 did, which Resident Evil 7 has some great DLC. One of my favorite DLCs from Resident Evil 7, I can't think of the name, but it was the one where you played as Jack's brother, the guy that was just punching out all the zombies with no weapons at all. I can take you fucking with my bag. And you had to save the other daughter that you left behind. If you made that choice, you know what I'm talking about. I hope they can come out with some DLC as good as that to give us a side of these people. Like, I kind of wish that once you beat the game of Resident Evil Village, or even before, they would have showed you like how the village was before Miranda came and messed it up. Like, if we could have seen glimpses of Lady D and them when they were normal, would be really cool. But Donna, you won my heart. Angie, you won my heart. You are the highlight of Resident Evil Village, and you should be proud of yourself. Yeah! And I hope in the next installment, because spoiler alert for those of y'all that, you know, we're gonna be probably playing with Ethan's daughter, Rose. She's grown now, she's a teenager, and she has powers. I hope they allow us to have powers and kick ass and fight, not just shoot and stab. I want to fight. I want to be able to punch a hoe out, okay? But anyway, I just wanted to do this video because I wanted to just say that I think Lady D was hyped. Like, she was overhyped. Like, she's cool. I respect her. But Donna, Benevito, and Angie are the stars of Resident Evil Village. What do you guys think? Let me know down below if you guys agree, if you disagree. But as always, thank you guys for being here, and I'll see you the next time around. Peace out.